Has the fall real estate market finally arrived in Durham region? In this video, we're going to look at the big spike in sales that we saw in October, but I'm also going to give you my honest opinion on how the rest of the year may play out and what to expect as a buyer or seller in this market. My name is Jessie McClellan and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario with the Lisa Abbott team. If you want to stay up to date on everything happening in our local real estate market, especially here in Durham region, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about buying or selling a home in Durham region or the surrounding areas, you can book a call with me at a time that works best for you using the link in the description. So what's the return of the fall market that I'm talking about? Well, let me show you. This is the chart of 2023's sales each month in Durham region. You can see we started off really slow, but the spring market kicked in, sales peaked in May, and then basically fell off the rest of the year. In the fall last year, a lot of realtors and people active in the market were talking about how much it slowed down, and many were waiting for the fall market for things to pick back up. But all that really picked up last year was new listings. The rate increases we saw really put a damper on buyer activity. This year, however, things have changed. In October, we saw a 32% increase in sales month over month across Durham region. That's 51% more sales than we had in October of last year. This took me a bit by surprise. It's normal to see a small bump in activity in September or October, but seeing sales jump close to our spring market peak is unusual to say the least. I was curious if this increase was a large influx of buyers coming into the market or interest rates changing, or if this was sellers starting to realize that they're getting closer to the end of the year and things usually don't get busier from here. So more of them started accepting offers after realizing that this was likely the best they were going to do this year. According to our system that tracks most of the showings booked and offers submitted in our area, showings and offers didn't actually change much from the beginning of September until the end of October. But if you talk to a lot of agents who were active with buyers and sellers, they'll probably tell you that there was a noticeable uptick in interest and more serious offers the closer we got to the middle and end of October. And from my experience so far in the first week of November, it hasn't really felt like it slowed down for us yet either. By the time the cold and snow hits is about the time that we'll probably start to see activity really dying off. Enough talk about the sales, let's look at how the rest of the market has changed. The number of new listings was 10% lower in October compared to September, but still following a pretty similar trend to what we saw in 2023. This has caused our active listings to take a small dip as we saw a 7% drop in inventory from September to October, but we still have 25% more inventory than we did at the same time last year. Our market started accumulating inventory very early and very quickly this year. But if you look at November and December in 2023, that inventory dropped off very quickly, and we're likely going to see that happen again this year to some degree. Last year, it felt like we hit the reset button going into the new year, so hopefully this year the drop-off isn't as sharp and we can enter the new year with a healthier level of inventory. Despite that big uptick in sales, this didn't bump up home prices at all, as prices actually dropped very slightly from September and are about 4.5% lower than the same time last year. It's possible that if we continue to see this bump in activity, that November's prices might report a touch higher than October's in some areas. Here are the rest of the stats for October compared to September. As expected, with the increase in sales, our months of inventory dropped quite a bit from 3.6 to just 2.5 months. It took us from June until the end of September to go from 2.5 months to 3.6 months of inventory, so that uptick in sales has absorbed all of that inventory that accumulated during that time. The sales to new listing ratio increased as well, but it's still reflective of a more balanced market. And the average time it takes to sell a home increased to 23 days. Pickering and Ajax are the only areas that saw small price increases in October, and Pickering actually saw a 69% increase in sales, much higher than the rest of the region, so the inventory levels there have dropped pretty significantly as we work our way through November. If you're going to find yourself active in this market in the near future, on the buying side, you can expect to see inventory levels start to drop off as we get close to and into December, as sellers start pulling their homes off of the market and likely waiting until the new year. You'll likely find some great opportunities in December though in January, but don't expect to have the same number of listings available for you to view as you have right now. On the selling side, you might have a couple of weeks left of pretty good activity if you're priced and marketed well, but after that, I do expect it to slow down. And regardless of whether you're on the buying or selling side, make sure you're informed on the current market, because you're going to run into buyers, sellers, and even their agents who are not realistic with their expectations. There's still a disparity between where people are valuing homes and the market value of them, and this October bump in sales could widen that gap even further, making people think that the market is as hot as it was earlier in the year. But regardless of what side of the transaction you're on, if you and your agent are doing your research and you can use recent and accurate comparable sales alongside statistics to back up your offer or position, then you're going to make informed choices, and that's how you successfully navigate the real estate market and come out the other side without regret. If you'd like to get any questions answered about our real estate market, or you think I might be a good fit to help you buy or sell a home here, then you can use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!